But in service of people who are listening, I can distinctly feel like strongly that there's somebody who's listening to the podcast and they love their life partner. There's somebody who's listening to the podcast and they really love their co-founder. But they know that if they were to have these we are setting terms and the cost of the terms, there's going to be misalignment. And so what I don't want to do is assume that everybody's at the point of, oh, I'm having this conversation before I'm married, or I'm having this conversation before I agree to co-found a business. When you are in the middle of, and you've had relationships with co-founders where you realize that there was misalignment, like what are the patterns? What are the conversations? What kind of changes are you making? Like what is happening in that messy middle?
Resentment. So usually resentment's like the worst thing to have, to where it's like you're holding me back. So like with Joe and Jordan, we have a CEO, Jordan, like it feels like we egg each other on in a really healthy way. And so that feels good. Resentment is the opposite of that, where it's like you're not pushing me forward, you're holding me back. And so resentment's real. That sucks and it is real. I think
Have you
that
ever
like,
had a break from a co-founder?
yeah, at the roommate matching thing. Um, he's a wonderful person. It just like, he wanted to be like, I was like, I remember the distinct thing where it was like, I was like, which band do you want this company to be like? And he named like some small, like no name indie band. And I was like, fuck, I want to be Lady Gaga. I was like, I want to, like, I'm trying to take over the world, bro. I'm not trying to like play in a little small club in a van. Like, I want to fly private and like meet Obama. I don't want to like do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want like, I want someone to like put the poster on the wall because I came to their hotel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want that good shit.
So then what happens? Like when you realize that you guys want to be two different bands?
You got to cut. I think you end it. Like
Mm.
you end it, which sucks, but I think you have to do that.
Mm. Okay. So as we talk about this, there's a difference between I know I need to end it versus I'm not sure I need to end it. So when you're not sure if you need to end it, there comes like this idea of hearing feedback. And so I did go back to 2014 of the anti-MBA blog post. And
Keep
you
in
had said,
mind, keep in mind the things that you're citing. The weird thing about being like, I'm not like exactly a public figure, but like writing in public is, so in 2014, I was 24. So
mm,
don't, what I always tell people when they read my old stuff, I go, I still believe a lot of it, but you have to
mhm.
understand I'm evolving. So I hope what you're about to say, I don't
Well,
look stupid.
well, what I will say though is from the 2017 blog post, the caveat was that you had said the risk was assessed differently than food and a roof over my head to social equity and respect from people you really love and respect. Okay, different. But I actually strongly feel like, based on what I know, I feel like we're still going to be hitting like a 95%. I put like my stamp of approval on this one. So research shows that negative feedback helps us learn and grow more quickly than positive feedback. However, negative feedback only works if you're in the right mindset. Otherwise, it can be catastrophic. You must make it about the thing you did and not about you. You have to be really secure and feel good about yourself if you're getting critiqued, if all you're getting is critiqued. So really, the key to build up your self-esteem muscles is by showing them that you are okay when things go wrong, and that feedback is about what you're doing and who you are and not who you are. Decouple performance from self-esteem. So you had said how you like to get feedback. And
Yeah,
so
I still do that.
talk to me and talk to so this is why I'm like, I still strongly feel, based on what I've heard, that that's what you like. And so here we are, we're talking about what you've done to pivot. You've talked about, co-founder relationships that aren't working well, what you learned, applied it to this new working relationship. But as you grow with Joe and Jordan and the whole team, you're bound to get negative feedback, but you're not like, I'm going to ruin, throw this relationship away. How are you prepared for that? And how vital is it to keep going? Like, we have to get negative feedback. How do we prepare
Yeah.
ourselves to hear it from our team?
Negative feedback is the best stuff. So like usually when I get negative feedback, I try to compliment the person and I say, I'm so thankful that you told me that. So I'll give you a very specific example. Yesterday, for a while, I told Jordan, grow, 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 grow. And then when we got like 5,000 applications, I was like, F this, man. Don't grow that fast. We can't ruin this. Like, but I said that in front of a bunch of people. He goes, can I talk to you privately? I said, yeah, sure. He goes, pick a side. Either tell us to grow or tell us not to grow. But you can't say that in front of everyone because you're going to make me look stupid if I'm giving orders. And I was like, You're totally right. You're
Mhm.
100% right. I'm so appreciative that you called me out on that. So another example, like with the pod, like here's just like really more specific examples. Like sometimes people will like make fun of the way I look, and I'm like, oh, you're right. I'm fat. I probably I should like lose weight. Like I'm chubby. Like when I used to be a little chubbier. And then now that I'm like very comfortable with my body, people will make fun of me. I'm like, oh yeah, but that's bullshit. Like I'm fine. I'm great. So like I pick and choose kind of who it is
Got
that I
it.
listen to. But sometimes I try to like listen to the feedback and I say, are they right or wrong? And I really reflect on it. And if I think
Mhm.
they're right, then I actually try to like listen to it and act on it. But sometimes it's like it's like I don't care. Like for example, on my podcast, when they say like this guy's a tech bro. I'm like, well, am I like broy? I'm like, I don't think I am. I think I look like it, but I don't think I am. So I'm just gonna like ignore that. That's bad feedback. Or this person's just projecting because of the way I look. Or if they say
Mhm.
like the audio production sucks, I'm like, yeah, I know it sucks, but like I don't care. I'm focusing on the content right now. I'll get to it later. I'm not listening to that. So like I pick and choose like what I
Mm.
listen to. But usually what I do is I create a Google form and I ask people two questions like what do you think I'm doing well at? Where do I suck? And I don't even read the well thing. Like I don't care. I just that's just a red herring. I just want to like distract them. And then another good question is like, what am I out of 10 for these specific things? And usually everyone's gonna say like a 7 or an 8. And you'd be like, all right, great. How do I get to become a 10? And then that's when
Mhm.
they tell you like where your weakness is. And so I do that a lot.
Mm. I have a personal example.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, that was me leading you into the say more. Like I was
I
setting you
said
up.
let's hear it.
Okay, so I don't know how the conversation began, but I sent you a message on in Hampton, and I was like, "Where are all the girls at?" I don't know
Yeah.
where we got that, and I was uncomfortable saying that because it almost made me feel like I couldn't hold my own in the community. But I was just asking.
But did you think that I was uncomfortable receiving that? I wasn't at
0. No,
all.
I didn't. I didn't. But and that's why I wanted to bring this story up was because instead of you like asking more questions, you immediately owned it and said, "Got any ideas?" And it
Well,
was
I think I said, you're right. This is embarrassing.
well,
Um,
I
the
wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna be like, "Yeah, you said you were really embarrassed." No, I mean,
I am, and yeah, I was like, you're right. This is stupid. Like this is a total failure. You're totally right.
mhm.
Um, and sometimes I'll ask people for ideas. I don't think the earnest should be on you to tell me how to do my job, but I do like look for feedback. But yeah, it's embarrassing. There's no doubt
Well, I
about
want to
that.
talk about what I really wanted to focus on was number one, there's a difference between receiving feedback and taking it as criticism or a critique. A criticism is just saying what you're doing wrong. A critique is like maybe we could try different approaches, which you were so willing and able to listen to. But it didn't stop there because you set up a meeting for me to meet with this guy named Jordan, who I didn't know at the time was in the process of becoming the CEO of Hampton. So what you essentially said was, I hear it, we're going to start acting on it, but we're going to make it more of an official thing. And to be able to talk to the CEO of this amazing big organization and have him listen and hear and ask for ideas, I did not feel like I was asked to fix a problem. I was asked to add color and insight to how it might be approached. And so I wanted to take that as a takeaway for listeners because I too pick and choose the feedback and criticism that I receive from the stuff I pull out. So in the context of as we pivot, we're going to be starting new things. And in the process of starting new things, there are a bunch of unanswered questions and a litany of ways to get better.